Hi guys, so today I thought I would do a quick little update instead of writing like a Facebook status or something like that, just basically based on what's been happening since my last update after the surgery. And I thought I would do it in front of the Christmas tree because look at this thing. Look it. It is so pretty and it's cute and it's like a little chubby Christmas tree. And then right there, see that snowflake? That is our new ornament. Every year we get basically a new Christmas ornament to put on our tree, so that we just add to it, and it's just a little tradition that we've started, or I guess I've started. Chris doesn't really, he's not really like into it, but whatever. It doesn't need to be expensive. It can be just anything that you think that is pretty and cute, and yeah. So why we're here. So I thought that I would do an update basically on what's been going on with fertility stuff since my surgery. And so that happened, my surgery was November 13th. And if you didn't watch my previous video about it, basically that surgery was, they were going in to take out what they thought was a septum and was kind of like debilitating our chances of conceiving. When they got in there, they realized that the septum was really not even, like, it was so little, like it was not even an issue, so they didn't need to do anything with it. But while they were in there, they realized that my uterine lining just looked different. The doctor described it as a strawberry-like pattern, and basically what that means is that it was really, really red with I say too much, with white spots. So he took a sample of that to be biopsied, and the results of that took about 2 weeks to get those. But I didn't actually get the results of anything until almost a month after, because I had an appointment and it was canceled and rescheduled, and then finally I got my results. And my husband, around the time that I got my surgery, he had to do, which is like a man's favorite thing to do. And by that, I'm completely joking, because he had to do updated semen analysis. So he did that. And so basically we were waiting on the results from that, as well as my biopsy. So I think I did explain this in a previous video, but my husband has only done one analysis so far since our journey, and that was like over a year ago now, and everything was fine. Like, he had like great numbers, like no worries for a male factor. Considering that, we weren't so worried going into this test. But at the same time, things can change over a year, and my husband is not like, he does not do what he's supposed to do, like medical terms, to be, to have, good product. So he drinks a lot of coffee and he smokes, and just not the lifestyle that I'm having a really hard time holding this. So if like Santa would like to bring me a camera and a tripod, I would be forever grateful. But anyways, okay, so finger out of the way. I am having such difficulties, guys, but I am not restarting this, because I restarted this video like a lot, and this is real life. So this is what you get, unedited, uncut, just me. And if my video skills are bothering you, I am sorry about that. I did do journalism for a month and a half. Didn't get to the aspect of it of how to actually, film stuff. So you have to deal with this. So anyways, what was I saying? Oh my God. Okay, so my husband, we weren't that worried about it, but at the same time, I was a little worried. I don't know. He didn't really say if he was really worried or not, but so, just we were waiting for those. So that came back. We had a doctor's appointment, a follow-up finally, and that was last Friday. And the results are, my husband is still fine. His numbers are basically everything's the same. So there's no worries there. And for myself, my biopsy came back, and during the time, I think I had said this in my update video, when I was like Googling what it could possibly be, just based on the information I was given, you get like worst case scenarios and it freaks you out. And as much as they tell you not to Google, you still Google, because that's all you really have to do. And when you're waiting. So I was a little nervous. Oh, I wasn't a little, I was a lot nervous. And the results came back for that. And it turns out I just had inflammation of the uterine lining. So basically an infection of the uterine lining. So the thing is, I was on Clomid for 6 cycles, and 6 is like the max that you are supposed to do, because it's not the best for you. I mean, like, a lot of this fertility stuff is really not the best for you, but like, it's medication in general. Like, I work in a pharmacy, so you have to weigh the pros and the cons and stuff like that. And, if you are prescribed something, and if the pros outweigh the cons, then you're going to do it. So, I'm so uncomfortable. Let me hear. Okay, this will work. You just get a really up close photo of me, or video of me, but whatever. So, yeah. What was I saying? Okay. So, the Clomid probably could have been the cause of the inflammation. Clomid's not the greatest for your lining, to be honest. It thins it out, which is not, they want a thick lining for an embryo to attach. And it's not good for like your cervical mucus and everything like that. So, but then it's good for other things too. But Clomid's always the thing that they start people out on. So that's what I was, that's what I started out on. That could have probably been the cause. So many rounds of Clomid that I did, and I was at 100 milligrams for like, I want to say 4 or 5 of my, 5 of my rounds. I was at 100, so that's like the middle dose, because then it's 50, 100, or 150. So I did 1 round of 50, and then all like the 5 other ones were 100, and I never went higher than that. But and then the last 2 rounds I did with this fertility clinic were extended Clomid, so that was 8 days instead of 5 days of 100 milligrams daily. So this could have been the cause of my inflammation of the uterine lining. Basically, I don't know if this is going to be a chronic thing, or like, we don't know if it's just like a factor of the uterine lining, or if it's something that I kind of just am prone to, because I am kind of prone to like bladder infections and stuff like that. So I wouldn't be surprised if, I'm prone to other things, but it can be fixed with antibiotics. So that's great now that we know that. And I'm really actually am glad, because I was kind of like pissed off at first about having the surgery and then not even having a septum to be removed, and like wondering like what is even going on then, like if that's not the problem, because I was thinking that was the problem. And I was like, okay, well, we have an answer now. And then I was like, okay, like at least they got a biopsy. At least, they found something that they could test to see if it's maybe the cause. So yes, it most likely is the cause of why I haven't been able to get pregnant. An infection, inflammation. Like, honestly, I waited, I'm glad now, but like I waited like 2 years, like to find out that this was it. And I know people wait so much longer, and 2 years is enough for me. So I think about the people I know that have been trying for so long, and they have unexplained fertility, and there's no medical reason why they shouldn't be able to have a baby, but it just doesn't work. So I'm just so rambly today. I apologize. I haven't even had like a couple sips of coffee yet, so maybe that's why my brain's not working yet. But anyways, if you're still watching like right now, then I applaud you, because I am all over the place and probably annoying, whatever. So this is reality TV. No, I'm just kidding. Like, see, I'm so weird. You would think I'm just really happy lately, so that's a good thing. Chris can totally make fun of me for this video, like. Okay, back to the point. Okay, so the doctor prescribed me doxycycline, which is a really good antibiotic to get rid of the infection. And I was under the impression it was going to be like that was going to be the procedure now, is like doxycycline and then Provera to induce period, and then whatever fertility way we're going to go to induce ovulation. But apparently I only need it one time, and that should get rid of it. So let's cross our fingers it doesn't come back, because with an inflamed uterine lining, the embryo can't attach. It can't attach to a hostile environment like that. So that is most likely the reason why I haven't been able to get pregnant. So we have an answer. And so if that is taken care of, and if my husband's stuff is good, is working, and if the medication is making me ovulate and ovulate on time and ovulate good follicles and eggs, which has been proven, like, I mean, in my previous cycles, especially, well, the last 2 that were monitored, everything went according to plan. Like, everything was perfect, minus my lining. It wasn't necessarily the ideal size or width, but yeah. So if we have, you know, everything taken care of, we should be able to get pregnant. So yeah, so I'm just taking this. I have 2 more pills left of the antibiotic, and then I'm done that. And we are going to be taking a break. This was something that we kind of, well, it's not a huge break, so I don't want people to think, oh, like, no, like, we're taking like a really little break. So we've basically we haven't done any fertility stuff since before my surgery. So October 24th is when I got my last negative pregnancy test after that last round. And I didn't do anything else because I had the surgery coming up. And so basically since October 24th, I haven't been on anything. And I won't probably be going on anything until after, like, in the new year. And the reason for that is just because of the fact it's the holidays, and I do not feel like being uncomfortable and in pain like some like Provera. Provera is like the worst. So I don't feel like being like that over the holidays when I'm, you know, you're with your family and stuff like that. And also don't feel like going on, like, I feel like some of the important dates, like, of my cycle would fall over holidays. And if that's the case, I know that I probably would have to go to Mississauga to get some blood work and ultrasounds done, and I don't feel like doing that, and either does my husband, like, not during this time anyways. So we're just gonna wait. What our new course is, so like I said, I'm on antibiotics, I'm almost done. And then when I do start a new cycle in the new year, I'll have to go for a pregnancy test just to rule that out, even though I highly doubt that would be a positive. But because we haven't been doing anything and no monitoring for a couple months. So yeah, so I will go for a pregnancy test to rule that out. Then I will start Provera, and I will do that for, did they say for 7 days? 7 days I will do Provera, and that will, like, it happens like usually like 2 to 5 days later or something like that, or 2 to 7 days later you get a period. And so when cycle day 1 starts, I'm starting a new drug, so no more Clomid, especially with what we know now about my inflammation of the uterine lining, like, that happened. He doesn't want to do that anymore, which I probably would have argued if he wanted to do that, because you're not really supposed to do more than 6 cycles, like I said. It's not advised at all. Oh, it's snowing. Like, I'm not much. I liked snow. I loved snow when I was younger and had, like, snow days and didn't have to go anywhere or drive in it. Like, what even? I know it's winter and I know it's Canada, but because I just got my G2 after a lot of years in April. So this is actually my first winter driving in the snow and bad weather, and I am always, like, constantly scared. Like, I have such anxiety when I'm in the car. But so that sounds really, like, comforting for people if you're ever driving with me. I get you there, so don't even worry about it. So let's wrap this up. Okay, so we're doing letrozole. So, like, Clomid is the first round, like I said, usually. I wish I responded to Clomid, but it just didn't work for me, and it didn't work for my lining, and it didn't work for it didn't work. So I'm switching to letrozole, which is, like, the secondary, like, it's like the next oral fertility medication to try. So with that, that's good for the lining. Letrozole does not affect the lining. It does not affect your cervical mucus and stuff like that. So benefits there. It's a similar thing, obviously. They both, what they do, Clomid blocks your estrogen, what is it? Like, come on. Anyways, it blocks your estrogen, and letrozole suppresses your estrogen, because letrozole is actually very commonly, Clomid is specifically for fertility, infertility. Letrozole is actually used for patients that have breast cancer. So it is a drug that it suppresses the estrogens, therefore cancer does not grow, and it stays, I guess, just docile, I don't know. So letrozole is, oh my God, this video. Letrozole is like the next step. So I'm doing 5 milligrams, so that's 2 tablets for 5 days, days 3 to 7 of my cycle. And then I'm still doing the same like whole thing with, I will do a trigger shot when it's time for ovulation, and I will do prometrium, so progesterone, to support a pregnancy and support a lining after ovulation, up until obviously the pregnancy test, which then if it says I am pregnant, which would be great, then I continue that for, I guess, until the doctor says to not. And then if it says I'm not, that's when I stop everything, and then the cycle kind of restarts. Provera, letrozole, Ovidrel, etc. I know a lot about medication now and about stuff now, and I'm not even trying to sound cocky, not just because I have the benefit of working in a pharmacy where I can kind of like use my pharmacists that I work alongside and people I work with for information, and we have sites at our access that we can get information from. But I also just research a heck of a lot. So that's all you can do. You research like what you should do, what are good things to do, to get pregnant and stuff like that, like nutrition and all this kind of stuff. So I'm also going to be introducing some fertility for real cat. Like, this is a problem. Are you freaking with me? Any cat person will understand this struggle right here, is that my cat has already broken an ornament off the tree, and now he's taking my candy canes. So, okay. I'm so ghetto today. Can't even. This is the end of the video. I just wanted to basically give an update, a very rambly, all over the place, very real Lacy update on what's going on. And just so everyone knows, the biopsy showed nothing too serious. It's being fixed right now. Cross our fingers it doesn't come back. And then we have a plan now. My doctor did say that if I'm not pregnant by March, we will be going to more drastic measures. That slightly frightens me, not just for physically, but also financially, because the next step usually is injectables, and injectables are ridiculous amounts of money, like ridiculous. Like, we're talking hundreds and hundreds of dollars for one shot. Sometimes these shots go into the thousands, and the fact is you have to take them, like, it's for a number of days. Okay, cat, I am literally sending you to the island of misfit pets. Maybe Santa will find a home for you, I don't know. So I gotta get off because my cat is deciding to ruin all Christmas stuff. And yeah, so let's hope it doesn't get to the drastic measures portion of this fertility journey. We're impatient. I thought I might have a baby by now, like, definitely. And I remember each Christmas I say, maybe next year we'll have a baby for Christmas, like maybe next year we'll have a baby to enjoy Christmas with. Because my family's so heavy on the traditions. I mean, most families are, but it's just certain things that, growing up that you're like, I can't wait to share this with my child. So Christmas is like, it's a really hard reminder. All my people, all my friends that are doing fertility stuff, Christmas is like a hard time, because as much of a happy time that it is, it's also a very sad time when you still don't have what you what you've been like dreaming for so long. And then when you get the questions are the worst. Like, when are you guys gonna have kids? Or like, my family doesn't ask that question because all of them know that we are trying to have a baby. So I guess the question that we might get is like, so what are you guys doing now? Like, how, like, are you pregnant yet? Like, those kind of questions, which are still hurtful and annoying, just so everyone knows. But then I have other people that, you know, they get like, if they are not so open with their fertility struggles with their family, they get like, when are you guys gonna have kids? Like, it's just a natural thing for people to ask, but they don't realize that it could actually like hit a chord with some people. So basically, that's just what's happening. We're just enjoying the holidays and trying to just stay positive. It's really hard sometimes, and I've been dealing with some stuff that's made me less than positive over the last few months, but I think I'm back on track now, and I'm just trying to really take care of myself. So yeah, that's it. And now my cat's attacking a lamp. I gotta go. So Merry Christmas, or, you know, Happy Hanukkah, or whatever you celebrate. I hope you just spend a lot of time with your family and friends and just love each other. And yeah, and I will see you in the new year. Bye.